Alrighty. Hopefully volume's working. Let's see, it's Monday, October 3rd. Ugh. Let's take a look at today's. Well, we'll just review the whole week. Start off with news for the week. 10,000 pips in a month. Yeah, right. There was GDP Manufacturing PMI. We had someone send me a little information on that one. At 9 o'clock is ISM Manufacturing. We'll set up for that one live since it's in about 29 minutes. It's not a big mover, so I'm not too concerned about it with it. Later on, we have AUD building approvals. Nothing today is really going to be a big mover as far as I can see. I mean, we might get a surprise and something might jump, but as far as I can see now, nada. Tomorrow, we'll just briefly cover it. Construction may move, and NZD, I'm not going to trade that one. It's tentative all day, so you can't do it. Retail sales, that one may move. AUD, 7:30 p.m. my time, or 8:30 Eastern time, I believe. Wednesday, we start getting into the movers. Services PMI may. This ADP may jump a little bit, but remember, this isn't the real non-farm. It comes up on the next day. The CAD trade balance may move. All these, I mean, everything here has potential to move. The crude oil also. Wednesday, no, this is Thursday, I'm sorry. Just unemployment claims, those will most likely move if there is anything big. And Friday's our day, and it is NFP right here at 7:30. Let's talk a little bit. Over the weekend, I did have people sending me some log files, some questions about things, and I apologize. I tried to quit smoking over the weekend. I'm still there, so I'm a little bit moody. But if I was a little bit curt with y'all, you'll just have to excuse me because some of the questions I was getting were ridiculous. I mean, pretty much like didn't read the book at all or didn't even follow the directions. When you ask what a set file is, or right there in the video, you're not loading a set file, there's something wrong. The second thing, I had someone that was live for this whole entire time. We're just now coming to the end of this is the beginning of the fourth week. You're going to catch your first NFP. So this is the end of our wrap-up where you should be able to have enough information from your spreadsheet. I mean, if you're on FXCM by the end of the third week, I had pointed out what the settings should be. So far, everyone I've asked for their spreadsheet, no one's coughed one up except for, well, 2 people have coughed up a spreadsheet. So that kind of worries me too, because I have the feeling that people are just kind of following along with the videos and not actually doing it. The reason for the spreadsheet, guys, is because you need to be able to determine if the markets are changing. The spreadsheet will keep you basically in the loop. I mean, if you're not going to do it, don't do it, but don't whine if you don't make any money or you don't know how to adjust your charts. And sorry if I sound bitter today, but it's not just the not smoking thing. It's mostly the fact that the questions just blew my mind. Now, one that may have been overlooked that I'll go over with is, and we'll do it for the news release coming up at 9. Yes, you can trade the same. You can trade multiple events on the same pair. You'll need to open up, like if you have, let's say you have 3 news releases on GBP, so you'd have your 1-minute chart open. And then you'd have a Renko for the 7:30 news release, a Renko for the 8:30, and a Renko for the 9:30. So it's 1 minute chart and then a Renko for each one of the news releases. You can't have the indicator do 3 different ones on one chart because you have to remember punching the time and date. And yes, we did try and get into the whole doing it for you. Give me a second, I'm answering some. This guy keeps asking me about brokers. I've told him like 4 freaking times. Alright, so I don't even remember where I was. They're kind of getting on my nerves. I have no freaking clue where I was now. That guy's just kind of annoyed me because he wouldn't quit asking the same. He keeps throwing binary option brokers at me when I told him go if they're not freaking certified. I don't even want to discuss it. Yeah, okay, so maybe me not smoking's not the best idea. News. We have NFP on Friday. Remember, we'll go through that a little bit later in the week. You can trade multiple news releases on the same pair. You have to open up a pair for each news release or news event. So if you have 3 events on GBP, you would open up 3 GBP charts plus your 1 minute, so that'd be a total of 4 charts. Today, let's take a look at the markets real quick. We're about to have the bell just rang. GBP candle size is slightly above 2, but we're up into the 4, so it's middle range of about 3. So it's possible that that one might be tradable, although it is looking a little bit flat right now. And it's saying that we're in an upwards move. I still haven't got this working, no. The 2 people that I've got to code it, to look at it, just haven't been able to figure it out. Not even going to get into it today. This is Euro USD. You can see it was flat, dropped a little bit, and it's looking a little bit flat. If we look at it over here, this was our sell dot, and it's kind of coming down. Even without the dot, you had your potential right here. Alright, and then it's bottoming out right here. We could potentially do a sell right here if it closes below. It already broke this support back here. We got news in 22, so I'm not going to mess with it yet. This is what it looks like when it goes extremely bad. Like I said, nobody can get it. All these red lines are actually trades from the EA that I've been dicking with. Let me see if I can think of anything else. But, so the chart itself, this is UJ. Here's our 10 pip range, our 20 pip range with 10 pips above and below price. You can see it's relatively flat. Even if I stretch it all out, it's not even hitting a 10 pip. It's hitting about a 10 pip range. So it's not even bouncing very much. This is UJ Renko. You can see that it's flat. It has been for quite a bit today. And lastly, we have AUD USD. Oh, yeah. AUD USD has been slightly flat. If we zoom out a little bit, it did have a little bit of a downtrend earlier, but I would have been asleep for this. So it's a slightly downtrend, but it's nothing big to trade. That's London. Totally, I'm asleep during that, so boo to me. It's got about a 10 pip range on it right now, so it might be possible to trade bins on it, but I would be taking sells only. And let's see the Renko of AUD USD. You can see it's pretty tight. Well, we did have a sell here, but it would have only gotten us 2 pips. So no. And candle size on AUD USD is barely above 1, so I wouldn't be touching it right now. If it's above 1, you can see here candles, for the most part, they're taking about a minute to move a pip, but then we're getting all these 5-minute, or in this case, a 15-minute and 45-second candle. So it's just really slow when the average pip movement is slow. Do we have questions, guys? Sorry, I'm clearing out windows. Alright, so we are 19 minutes till news. I'm sorry, I'm looking at a couple things. We'll set up for news here in a little bit. Crap, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm out of it. Okay, here we go. So we're going to be setting up, what is it? ISM Manufacturing PMI for USD. We'll straddle, we don't want to do a triple straddle, but maybe we will. Maybe we'll do a double straddle for, anyone have a pair they want to pick? You can Skype it, Slack it, type it in here. Do Euro and UJ maybe? Or how about GBP and UJ? That way I can leave Euro and AUD at US alone. And God, this. I'm trying to be nice because I understand when you're new, you don't know anything. This guy has zero idea how to trade, and he's already trying to open up a live broker account. And I'm like, so what kind of experience do you have? And he's like, none. I don't know how to read charts. I'm like, oh my god. So after ISM Manufacturing, we'll cut it. I'll take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back live again. That way that the stream can reset. I'm going to go through in case any of the guys from the... So we got 15 minutes. How about... Oh, fuck, I can't pause. I keep forgetting. No questions, no nothing. I'll start setting up here in a minute. It's weird, this indicator, because here it is UJ, and here it is AUD USD. Works fine. Here's 5 digits, so you figure it would work perfect, but if you go over to GBP, 5 digits, and it doesn't work. Well, it works, but it looks funky as hell. And I tried to get this converted into an EA just to see how it would do, and it's not horrible. Here, we'll go to account history, save as detailed report. Is it? I turned it on. See where this dip is? This is where I turned it on when it went flat and started going up. This was Friday and this is today. It didn't really make anything or lose anything today, so it's fun. Something to look at for a second. Alright, it's next. La la la. Okay, so let's get set up for... Here. Let's get set up. We'll do GBP and USD/JPY. Hopefully that's good enough. Again, guys, if you're live, show me your journals to prove to me you should be live. I'm not saying that to be a dick. Just, if you're live, show me your journals to show me you should be. Because that's what I was saying before I got sidetracked. If some of the people's screenshots they showed live, and I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. When they didn't even know what they were doing yet. Like, they basically, a couple of them got the news trading course and just went straight to live. And they weren't even trading like 0.001 lots. They were trading a decent size. And the first trade they had, they didn't even set up the EA right. Like, it didn't even have a trailing stop turned on. So I asked them about the spreadsheet, what's the average spread. They had no clue what I was talking about. So I'd highly say, before you go live, check with me and let me run you through like a little checklist or some questions. I'm not doing it to be a dick, guys. I'm doing it so I can see if you have an understanding. So basically, I give you a little quiz if you're going to go live, and let's see if you can pass it. Okay, so before I forget, 12 minutes, let's go ahead and close this one, since we're not going to need the 1 minute. And let's close UJ's as 1 minute. Now let's get over and let's build the templates for news. Remember, this is only for FXCM by what I'm doing here. If you're on a different one and you don't know what to set it up, then freaking send me it again. Okay, that's GBP and USD/JPY. It didn't let me. I was going to delete that one because that's the old one. It was slow. Alright, so let's go to GBP and let's open up the 33 file. Then we will go to template, Renko News, and let's put that one. I will just leave both of them here since USD/JPY file, and we'll do the settings here in a second. Let me get both the charts open. Now, since I don't think this is going to be a huge mover, I'm going to talk about some of the things that the people who've been sending me their spreadsheets and asking questions. These are the things I put in, but I'll just put it out there for everyone right now. Like that news one that came out this morning, that one I would not have used an 8-pip straddle. I would have used like a 6-pip straddle. Remember, once you've dialed in, you know what your minimum straddle size is. I know what my minimum straddle size is, and for all you other FXCM users, you should know your minimum straddle size is 6. You don't want to go below that because it can cause issues. Here's USD/JPY, template it, and Renko News. Okay, so we have our two news charts up. You can see how flat it is even on this, since these are bigger bars. Ooh, slow. Alright, so let's go GBP. Forex Factory at F7, load. And this is a 9 o'clock set, 10 minutes, so it's loaded up. I'm going to do my minimum straddle size of 60. We are no longer in the month, it's 10. And we are at 3, hour 9, and 9 o'clock. Everything else stays the same, guys. If you change it, send it to me and let me know. Wait after, let's do this. Let's bump it up to 7. That's the only one that I'm on the rocks on because there's good sides and bad sides to that, having it wait a little bit longer. And then we'll do save, 9 o'clock set, save. That way it's ready for our next chart. And we hit OK. We got the smiley face. We are set up. Confirm. 10/3/2016 at 9 o'clock. Let's set up USD/JPY. It's easier now since we're already done. Just F7, load, 9 o'clock set. And okay. We got our smiley face. Everything's there. Just in case you're worried, you could always go to About and Common, double check, but everything's good. We got the smiley face. So next, let us shrink these down. We don't need them. Yeah, I'm making sound effects today. Sorry. We're doing Euro. We're not touching. AUD. We're not touching. USD and GBP. And there we go. Let's zoom out one. And zoom out one. And zoom out one. Alright. All those red lines, ignore them. Those are previous trades from that EA, like I said. Alright, I'm going to mute, go to the potty. We got 8 minutes. We'll talk a little more when we get back. So far, no questions, so. But I'll be right back. Okay, so we got 4 minutes till news. And then I'll stop recording, take a 5-minute break ish. whatever, and then come back and go live again. But let's double check our settings. Common inputs. Okay. I thought of something. I was going to the bathroom, but it's fine. Remember, guys, NFP's on Friday. Make sure if you have any questions before that hits that you ask me. We'll go through the complete NFP setup on probably Wednesday. That'll give people time. Actually, we'll do it tomorrow. That gives everyone the rest of the week to watch the video. The NFP setup isn't that much different. It's just you're changing the straddle size. This one isn't really expected to move too damn much. So again, since if you use your spreadsheet, you know what your the bare minimum for me is a 6 pip straddle. So I'm going to be doing a 6 pip straddle. And again, if you don't know what your pip size, average pip movement is per trade, or the spread size, hit me up. I'm sorry. I need some water. My mouth is all dry. Let me do something too, just in case. Start. I'm gonna record this just in case I want to review for any reason. Like I said, normally on NFP I will not be broadcasting it live because I want every little bit of everything to go to my streaming capability. Not to my streaming, to my upload and download. Good God, yeah, I'm doing good today. So far, we're not even seeing tremors or wiggles. We've got less than a minute left to go. So, like I said, we'll see if we get any little tremors or wiggles. That's a given sometimes. We're set for 5 and 4 for the straddle. 5 to pop them and 4 to start going live with following. We're doing 6 pips on this one, up and down. Not box sizes. I'm doing a 6 pip straddle because that's the minimum I can do safely. And with 40 seconds to go, we're still not seeing much movement. And this is GBP on your left, USD JPY on the right. 30 seconds. I'll go ahead and start the recording, just in case there's anything funky that happens. Do, do, do. 6, 48, 50. So you got about 4 seconds and you'll see things start popping up. There we go. There's the pendings. Look how tight that looks on cable. Let's spread that out a little bit. I might have had something wrong on cable. That's why I recorded it. Now, here's, just so you know, guys, this is one of the disadvantages of using an extremely tight one. Alright, so right now, negative 5.3, that one was a stop out. The trailing stop did, the reason I forced these so tight, because some of y'all had me a little concerned with saying that the trailing stop wasn't working. The trailing stop worked fine there. Over on UJ, it's still running. If it pops a little bit into profit, I'm just going to close it, because so it's not going to go anywhere. This is kind of a dud, so damn you, I can't see it. That's good enough. Let me pick it before you go. And let's see if we can get 3 pips. Got 2.2. Trailing stop did move. See? So trailing stop's working just fine, guys. There's our trailing stop. It hit it here and closed it out. It already bumped up to here. Here. Yeah. Let me select it, you pecker. There we go. I'm ready to close, but the trailing stops definitely work. A couple of y'all had me concerned, but when I saw that 78 pip spread, I'm pretty sure that was the reason the trailing stop was all jacked up. My God. Maybe I got something on my mind. Okay, so since this thing's moving really slow, it gives a little bit to talk. I remember how I talked about, like, in the planets, the Venus, well, Mercury, Venus, and Earth. It passed through the Mercury stage and it went into Venus, and now it's popping back down into the Mercury. We want it up in the Goldilocks where it will close with profit. See, right now, if it hits this, it's not going to close in profit. And with the spread, unless this thing moves up, it's going to close out right here. But do y'all understand what I'm saying about there's Mercury, Venus, then Earth? It did come up. Max it would have made here is about 18 cents. Okay, so I guess good example. The average now, so we know that we're dialed in correctly. 5.3 and 5.9. These both about match on the stop loss. This one was immediate. Let's say this was it dropped, but this is why I forced such a tight straddle on it. This one dropped and immediately went the other way as soon as it was opened. So news really didn't have any effect, guys. But what's important, and we can see the difference here. This was an immediate and back down, 5.3. So this one popped up into profit and came back down, and it only lost 5.9. You see how things are starting to balance out since we're using the right size Renko candles for the news release? Everything's balancing out. So now we know what's the biggest loss you think you're going to take. The spread on this didn't get too ape shit, and we'll double check that next. We'll go in and confirm, but about 5.9 and about 5.3. So let's go ahead and check GBP USD on this one. So it's open data folder, MQL, files, and remember this needs to go in. Two trades were opened, so I need to do it. If no trade was open, you can mark it as a dud. But we had 2 trades open, so this is 10.3 GBP USD. Let's take a look real quick. It says deleting buy stop because sell stop hit, so we know we had a sell order hit. So let's take a look. GBP USD. And what was the time on this thing? 16. I believe 1700. Because I had it. Okay, so there's our trade. Let's see if the spread did. So 16.59, spread was 1.4. The trade hit 1.9. Somehow we got a -4, but then it jumped up to 5.1. So there's our numbers right there. It's as easy as that. 5.1. We went 7.7. So I would say we would type in that there was a 5 to 7 pip spread. Let's take a look at USD JPY. Same thing. This is someone else's. I was gonna talk about that, but USD JPY. Let's get to the trade. And here's the trade. Okay, so beforehand, remember, it looks like 1.1 to 1.8 is about our average. News time hits, 2 pip, 3.4, 7.5 right on the second when it pops. So 7.5 is the biggest we see so far. 6.6, 9.7. And if we scroll down, after that it went kaput. So we could say a 7 to 9 pip range on that. And that's all you need to put in your spreadsheet, so you have an idea about it. Now you could put in that it was also a non-mover. Here. Anything that you think will help you remember on how to set up for it the next time. So any little notes. So here's USD JPY. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Get my chart set back up. And What am I doing? This is the... Okay, so this one goes bye-bye. Yeah, I'm just out of it, I know. And GBP USD 33 goes bye-bye. Let's load back our normal template. Build one. Good Lord, it's really dropping. Euro's good. USD JPY. AUD. So let's rebuild our Euro template. File, open offline. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and take a break for about 5 minutes. That way I can kill the recording so I can re-pop so I can, you know what I'm doing. And there we go. So we're all set back up. Okay, so guys, to summarize on the news, that was a dud, pretty much. I forced an extremely tight straddle, which was 6 pips. Now, some of them that's okay for if we know they're going to move. But I just wanted to see if we could get 2 trades to pop. We did get 2 trades to pop, but both of them had minimal losses. The good thing is the minimal losses kind of matched. They're both about 5 pips, so we know that we're dialed into what we need to be. Again, guys, this week there's going to be a couple potential heavy movers, so don't do what I did there. And in the mornings, if you're watching, I'll be setting up before each trade. If you have a question what to set up on the trade, guys, quit guessing too. Send me and I'll send you what I think it should be. You're supposed to be learning this, but I'm going to ask you, what are your settings? And then you tell me, and I'll say, well, maybe I would recommend doing this. Am I going to be right all the time? No. News has a definite random effect in it. So, but I can give you what's worked for me the best. And that's really all you can do. Alright, guys, so I'm going to take a quick break. Let this reset, and then I'll start restreaming again here in a minute. About 5 minutes. So if you have questions, you can hit me up on Skype, Slack, and not the room because it'll be paused. Alright, enjoy.